My name is Michael Zelehoski, and I collapse objects in space. Where I interact with material, where we interact with each other, there's a point, there's some imperative to transform material or to channel it into some other dimensionality. In my case, literal dimensionality. I'm from Beacon via the Berkshires, New York, LA, Santiago. The world, for all its just insane beauty and just overwhelming everything, doesn't even know it's there. Becoming conscious of it makes it real. So even if I can't compete with reality, I can channel it into a context in which people who've forgotten can see it again. It can be daunting to look around you and realize that everything that exists is like better than anything I could ever do. When we reestablish connection with the physical world, we're able to get outside of ourselves, out of this narrow definition of self, out of this feedback loop, that's just on and on and on, spiraling in circles, going nowhere in our heads. We think that what we think is reality, but really it has nothing to do with reality. And we think that what we think is us, but really it's not. It's just a narrative that we're creating. Present an object, tangible, irrefutable, that brings me back to reality, to a conscious connection with the physical world. So it's just an ongoing process of seeing, touching, understanding, and transforming. It's the most sensual, the most spiritual, the most divine experience we can have. Just existing in the world, interacting with material. Being able to convey that, even if it is a lonely process, is ultimately directed at communication and directed at an interaction and an understanding with things and with people that ultimately brings us together and creates a mutual understanding. As far as habits go, I think diving in dumpsters isn't the worst one. It's a great source of material. Just as archaeological digs, can tell so much about societies by what they throw away. When you try to impose yourself on reality, impose your will on materials fight back. Working with other people, working with things, there's a dialogue. You have to meet each other halfway. If you try to steamroll them, somebody's gonna get hurt, tools are gonna get broken, pieces are gonna get ruined, hearts are gonna get broken. We give ourselves so much credit for all these advances, but they're not real, tangible changes. It's all in this virtual world our society throws away so much. What we throw away says a lot more about who we are than the things that we hold on to and that we think define us. The central part of my job is just to be aware of just the crazy beauty and power of everything that exists. And then try to convey that in some small way to people who might have forgotten or might be too busy doing other things to stop and smell the flowers, as it were. That in life there's an expansion and then there's a contraction. And when it does end, you don't want to regret not having, I don't want to regret not having done anything. Much rather regret having done one thing or another. I don't regret anything yet. I regret, some of the collateral damage, some of the stupid things I've done. But they've all brought me here, and here's a pretty good place to be.